Earlier, Bloomberg's Nate Langston spoke to Atomico co-founder Matthias Lungman and head of research Tom Wiemeyer about their gaming report. He started by asking if we're close to having a single video game with 1 billion users.
Well, I think that's something really exciting to think about, but I think we're pretty far from getting there right now. But what we can say is that the games today are becoming much more enduring than we thought they would be. I mean, I think previously we thought these mobile games, oh, they'll be a flash in the pan and they'll disappear. But we're seeing now that they're actually becoming quite old companies and lasting brands. And so Angry Birds, the Clash of Clans, and so on are beginning to keep the test of time.
And what about sort of individual user spending, Matthias, in terms of the Chinese market? Are they spending significantly more per user than anywhere else in the world, or lower?
Well, this is the thing again. I think most people would think that China is a place where you have lots of users and actually not a lot of spend. But it's actually a little bit of the reverse at the moment. The trend has been incredible. Over the last 3 years, the amount that Chinese are spending online has increased by 10x. And so they've jumped up the table. And so today, a Chinese gamer is spending 30% more than a US gamer. So the transition has been pretty incredible.
Tom, one of the big surprises for me, I think, was sort of how loyal Chinese gamers are to the Chinese headquartered companies making the games. I think something like 93% of gamers in China are playing games or spending on games developed by Chinese companies. I mean, is that figure accurate? I mean, how does that compare to what you expected, maybe?
No, that's right. You know, the Chinese market in terms of games is the most localized in the world, even more so than other very local markets such as Japan or Korea. But I think if you look at other content categories, whether it's the film industry or the music industry, what we've seen is that there is strong demand in China for great international content. Film franchises such as The Furious or Transformers, or even actually Rovio's Angry Birds movie have had enormous success in China. And I think what we've also seen, looking specifically at games, is that European games companies such as Supercell and Rovio and Mojang with Minecraft too. These have all, had a lot of success in China, and actually some of the numbers that we found were that European games companies have been able to increase their revenue in China 9-fold in just the space of 2 years. So we're now seeing that those companies are already generating hundreds of millions of dollars in that market. But of course, given the sheer scale of the Chinese market, they're barely scratching the surface.